we are back for another week with Doug and the Ruby Slippers. And we're going to talk to you about how to preserve something like this. We've talked about preservation before, paper and such, but sequins have their own inherent vice that we have to worry about. It's the acids and the colors and the plastic, and it's everything. It's basically eating itself. And over time, it's going to discolor. I mean, the thread's going to fake and get frayed. That could happen quickly if you don't take care of it, or you can preserve it and make it go as far as possible. Now, Smithsonian's shoes.
They're no longer on display, which is sad, but the sequins are literally falling off. The sequins that were made for the original 1939 pair of slippers was made out of gelatin. It had a thin layer of gelatin with a thin backing of silver to make them sparkle. The gelatin is starting to eat away at the silver, and the gelatin is falling off of the sequins.
That's that inherent vice.
And so they're trying to figure out what type of humidity they need to put them in so they don't deteriorate. The more humid it is, the faster that they're going to decay. They're trying to figure out the perfect case just for the slippers.
You'd almost have to do the light level with that too.
And honestly, they're never going to be able to stop it. I mean, it's just going to happen. I can't even imagine trying to figure out what to do with that.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing you can do. Again, you can slow it. So Smithsonian just finished their fundraiser for the shoes. They were trying to get enough money to conserve and preserve the shoes, and they reached their goal. So, good luck. But we've talked about these shoes. These are newer. These are modern.
Much new.
Plastic sequins, I assume, you know, still gonna have that inherent vice. You're always gonna have that. But what were your concerns with displaying at home or even at the museum?
The color fading, because all plastic is dyed plastic. So the dyes will eventually break down and they won't be red anymore, they'll be brown. It's going to get brittle, they're going to break, the threads are going to get old and break. Sequins are going to be everywhere.
It's not like it'll just happen overnight. He's not going to wake up and find sequins just like leaves of a tree just fallen, but one at a time, they're just going to break off. Best thing, honestly, is to keep it in the dark. Put it in an archival box, keep it nice and cool. That's your best option. But
what's the point of having them if you can't see them? And
what we have talked about before, he has a case that he keeps it in, nice little plexiglass case. And we talked about LED lights because they don't have that heat that goes with it.
Unless you want fiber optics, but those are more expensive than LED.
Humidity is harder to control at home. Temperature's a little easier. Handle it as little as possible.
And only with gloves.
I noticed when he was putting them down, he put his hands on the inside and split them out that way.
Because why not? You don't have gloves on.
See?
That's how I handle them without the gloves. I put my hand in the shoe and not touch any of the sequins.
Because you didn't do anything in the shoe, right?
Right.
That's just the shoe itself. So we're not really worried about inside the shoe.
So in order to touch the sequins, you just easily just put on the gloves and pick them up.
But again, you still want to be careful. You don't want to just like grab them.
So most of the time you pick it up from the side, from underneath, so you touch as little of the sequins as possible.
So you mainly handle the arch, and then once you got the arch, you do the heel
and the toe. So that way you don't like
again, because you could get caught.
Snagged on the sequins. The biggest concern is like on any of the Ruby slippers, all of the threads that are holding the sequins on, it's just normal sewing thread. So that will deteriorate really, really fast. The other thing is, just like on the original ones, there's felt on the bottom. Felt is a very, very poor material. So it deteriorates really fast. So eventually the felt will disappear and I'll be left with just another blank shoe. The only thing that's not going to lose color are the stones on the bow. They will always be red because they're glass.
So that's for displaying your shoes. If you're going to wear them, it's
a whole different story.
I don't even want to get into that. Again, if you want your own pair of Ruby slippers, authentic, find Doug. Thanks for joining us on this special Museum Minute. We love having you here. We love having your shoes here.
I love being here.
It's so fun. We will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
What's that we talked about? Can't think of the words.